Start with the first death tied to coronavirus in Nevada. The man who died from the virus was in his 60s and was hospitalized with underlying medical conditions. There are now 35 cases in Southern Nevada. The Southern Nevada Health District is working to get drive-through testing.
Drive-through swab pods. So these would be drive-through testing stations, essentially, where individuals could be tested. With the personnel, medical personnel that they would be providing and the test kits as well, we're looking at possibly being able to do 2,000 to 4,000 tests a week, which would really help.
Jeff Gillen begins our team coverage tonight on the local impact to this global pandemic.
That's right. Good evening, everybody. It looks the same above and behind me, but today, this is a fundamentally different Strip. Even after 9/11, even during the Great Recession, the Strip stayed open. But this coronavirus is doing what terrorism and a financial crash couldn't. It's temporarily closing some of the biggest players on the Strip. MGM Resorts, the biggest on the Strip, is temporarily closing its Las Vegas properties. It's laying off workers. Caesars is laying off, but staying open. Wynn and Encore are temporarily closing for 2 weeks. Its workers get paid. Venetian and Palazzo are staying open. And we learned today the Sahara is making what it calls drastic cuts to its operation. Layoffs there, too. When the American economy gets sick, our tourism-dependent economy goes into intensive care. Jeremy Aguero is one of the top numbers guys in Nevada.
We remain among the least diversified economies of our size in the entire United States. So this hits us directly and it hits us deeply.
How bad is it? Keep in mind, this is normally one of Las Vegas's busiest seasons, says CDC Gaming's Howard Stutz.
Think about this, Jeff. This week, today, we would start seeing a flood of people starting to come in because of March Madness. We were probably going to run, close to, 90%, nearly 100% occupancy this week.
Well, the NHL season is on pause, but today the league gave players permission to leave their host city and the country if they so desire. Now, earlier I caught up with Golden Knights fan fave Ryan Reaves to hit many topics, but I had to ask how he's coping with the stoppage of the season and this self-isolation.
I got an Xbox. I've been swimming a lot. I've been in the pool a lot with the kids. Honestly, my boys real happy. I've been home for the last couple of days because we were on the road so much, so just hanging out with them. I do have to go get an HDMI cord for my Xbox. I don't know where mine went, but I got to get on the COD pretty soon here. Yeah, I mean, I'm bored already. I'm hoping the season starts back up at some point, but crazy stuff going on out there.
Younger athletes who hope to go pro one day. Before Governor Sisolak's decision to close all Nevada schools yesterday, high school athletes already knew their baseball, softball, track, and swimming seasons were postponed. News 3's Alexis Gorey shows us how some of them are coping with the uncertainty of finishing out their senior years.
For seniors on the Centennial High School track and field team, this was the year to put their skills to the test and break records. Now, all they've worked for is put on hold.
The initial feeling was kind of shocked.
To me, it was very disappointing.
School canceled amid the coronavirus outbreak made sense to these Centennial High School student athletes, but news their track season would be postponed was tough to accept.
It's really disappointing because I had high hopes.
For junior Aaliyah Perkins, it was a comeback season after an injury.
And I was ready to just step back on the track, but it's just kind of another setback.
This season, the girls' track and field team was hoping to go for their 10th straight state title.
We've been preparing since September, doing weights, running on the track, so we just had a lot of big plans coming up.
And for college-bound senior Jordan Smith.
This is definitely a proving time for me, and I do want to, break records and do all the things that a senior in his last year would want to do.
With only 2 meets completed so far this season.
To kind of sit there and think that could be it for now, it's just kind of like should have gave it your all type of moment.
Though college football is right around the corner for Smith, he's eager to finish what's left of his senior year.
It's not to be taken lightly, even with everything that's happening. So I'm all for finishing the year out and having my graduation, because that's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. You can't do high school over.
And for senior Ashley Moore, not only are her studies incomplete, she has college track to prepare for.
You can't go to social gatherings, you can't go to school, you can't like practice as a group or anything.
All you can really do is be hopeful that when we return to school, our season can automatically return too.
Right now, there's no word on when or if the season will pick back up, but these seniors are hopeful they'll get to finish their senior career.